question is going to read as follows. The question is, calculate the number of years it takes we really need some handwriting practice over here. It takes for an investment earning simple interest to double if the interest rate is 20%. If I equals 20%. Okay, so the big question is, how do you do this? Only one thing's been given, and sometimes this even baffles grade 12 or even post-matric students. But it shouldn't, because really, you know you're going to get a formula. Your formula is going to be A equals P 1 plus I multiplied by N. Okay, 1 plus I multiplied by N. And what we really are interested in finding out over here is the following. We want to know, how long does it take? In other words, we want to solve for N. We are given I. But now it also seems like, hey, P and A are unknown. And the reality is they're not really unknown, because you know the initial amount. The initial amount is P, right? P is invested. And you know after a certain time, what I really want is I want P to double. Now the big question is, what is double anything? What is double chicken? Well, it's chicken plus chicken. In other words, it's 2 chicken. And what is double Coke? It is going to be Coke plus Coke, right? In other words, it's 2 Coke. 2 multiplied by anything doubles it. So eventually what you want is you want A to equal double the initial investment. And so therefore it's going to be 2P, which is 2 multiplied by P. So I think that should give you a hint to proceed further. So a good idea would be to pause the video and then come back to it in about a minute or two once you've worked it out, and see what solution I've come to as well. Okay, so let's get cracking. Okay, let's look at that example. I'm going to start with A equals P 1 plus I multiplied by N, and A is going to be 2P, which is equal to P 1 plus I, and remember I is a rate, and I'm going to put that over here. We're really working with 20%. 20% is the same as 20 over 100, which is exactly the same as 0,2. Okay, so this is what we're interested in. We're interested in 1 plus 0,2 multiplied by N, and let's work that out. Now the question is, do you see that P is on both sides? And so let's look at a little trick over here. Let's divide this side by P, and therefore the P's cancel. And let's divide the other side by P, and therefore the P's cancel as well. And now I'm left with an equation that is much easier to solve, because there's only one unknown, and that's going to be N. So I've got 2 is equal to 1 plus 0,2 multiplied by N. And a little bit of algebra will tell us that if I want to solve this, I'm going to subtract 1 from both sides, and that's going to give me the following. It's going to give me 2 minus 1 and 1 minus 1, so I'm going to end up with 1 equals 0,2 multiplied by N. And then the next step is to divide both sides by 0,2. And then that cancels with that. Whatever I do to the one side, I must do to the other, and 1 divided by 0,2 is equal to 5. So therefore, the number of years is equal to 5 years. Okay, so what I want you to do is retry the question if you didn't get it correct the very first time, and then come back to the video and convince yourself some of these things are true. If you have any trouble, pop us an email, get some online support, or phone a friend and convince yourself this is true, at least.